Welcome to the fourth part of the American immigration story, brought to you by Women's Immigration and Communications Cafe. Where were the women? Remember that during the Puritan era, the women were stereotyped to be submissive to men. There were women who defied that. Now, the first known feminist during that time was Anne Hutchinson. She's from London. She was educated by her dad, who was also a Protestant minister, and she married a pastor, and then they moved to Boston. In Boston, she was a leader of the church, and the ministers did not like it and told her to stop her meetings, which were done in her house and would reach about 70 to 80 people. And she did not stop. So what happened? They charged her with heresy and banished her. So she had to move to Rhode Island. In Rhode Island, her husband died. And when she had to move to the Bronx. And in the Bronx, she was massacred by the Siwanoy tribe, a native tribe, which was at that time an ally of Governor Stuyvesant. Today, her name is memorialized by Hutchinson River. So here we see a picture of Hutchinson River. And there were also other women who stood as leaders in the Puritan era of the U.S. Elizabeth Harris was known as the mother of Quakerism in the U.S. She came to Boston and then was prosecuted there. So she visited Virginia and Maryland, and she established Quakers Church there. It's the Society of Friends. Now the Quakers were pacifists, meaning they want peace. Now they thought that Jesus Christ lives in every one of us, and therefore they want equality, they want community, they want simplicity. And in fact, the Quakers, their ideology had become actively part of the abolitionist movement, meaning the abolition of slavery. And we see the leaders of Quakers like Lucretia Mott and Alice Paul. So they also campaigned against slavery. They actually stopped buying slaves already and just worked on their farms all by themselves. Now, while there was so much fighting between the colonists and the natives, there was also women oppression at this time. Now, you would remember the witch hunting of women by the Puritans. This was a lot of movies have been made about this, and this was in Salem, Massachusetts in 1692. Now, the first to be hanged or lynched was Sarah Good. She was widowed, and Bridget Bishop. So what is the mindset at that time? Why were women persecuted? You see, there are only two groups of women at that time. The ones that are the bodies of their husbands, or the ones that are allied with Satan. This finds root from the biblical story that Eve was the one who tempted Adam to eat the fruit, and she was in alliance with Satan at that time. And so because of that, the human misery had happened. So they were told by God to leave paradise and must work hard in order to live. So there was this blaming of the woman that has been the culture at that time, the Puritans. This is not unfamiliar. We in the Philippines, Catholics, share this mindset. about us women, that we have to be subservient to the husbands because we were from his rib. And if you do otherwise, you're disrupting society. And so this is what happened. The Puritans had been persecuting women.